Well, hello everybody. I'm up in the attic again, in the loft, and we're basically at the same place we were at the end of the last video. I've got my new loco that you saw in the first one, trundling around. But of course this video is about this bit of paper and the other bits of paper I got that have got the result of the poles that we did. So, as usual, I've been a lazy boy and I've just worked it all out on a bit of paper and then scanned it into the computer. So you'll have some bits of handwritten, see my handwriting with how I've worked it out, which I hope you'll agree is fair, and ultimately the result of the locos that you will be seeing of the winners one. So there's one other thing I have changed. I'm not going to do each winner individually. I'm going to do them all together, although I will highlight each locomotive in turn. The winner having longer and subsequently less for the others that came second and third. And in this particular case, fourth as well. So why have I got the same train on that we left the last video with? Well, I promised you in the title a bonus, didn't I? And the bonus is, I'll show you what I've done to this locomotive since I filmed it last time. So hang on to the end, if you will, or fast forward when it gets boring, as I'm sure we all do, and see what I've done to it. And have a look, you might be able to spot what I've done. So, we better get on with the paperwork, really. So I'm going to show you, first of all, the actual poles. So I'll show you a scrolling through live video of all those poles going through the screen, both up and down. And obviously if you want to read them, you can freeze the video. But after that, I will then show you individual screenshots I took at the time I removed all the poles. And you will see down in the right hand corner the time and the date that was screenshot. Okay everybody? So we'll get on with that first and then I'll come back to you. Okay? Cheers. So here are the poles screening through the shot, starting with the last one and going back, and quite interesting what did well and what didn't. You can see how many people voted on each poll by the number of votes, which is important for working out who won. And yeah, you know, it's quite interesting. So we'll they're the first ones that we did. And that's had 38 votes, which isn't too bad, I suppose, for my channel anyway. And then we're going to go back again. So I'll let you watch those. So we're just coming to the end, and this is obviously the last one that I put up. So a little bit of the lockdown shorts. Got more tea. Very nice, very nice. I like my tea. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing the results, and I hope you can see that I've done what I've said I'd do. And so we're now going to go on to the working out. So I will show the first bit. I show you. I will explain with a voiceover and the other subsequent bits of paper. And I hope you'll be able to follow it. It's not that complicated, even for my little befuddled brain. So I did find the way to do it on the internet as usual. It's amazing what you can get on the internet, isn't it? So I'll see you later at the end. and then we'll have a look at this this bonus bit. Okay, everybody. Cheers. So these are the individual pages, and as I said earlier, if you look down on the right hand bottom, you can see when I actually took this screenshot. So just freeze them if you want to look at it a bit more detail. I think these are the easier ones to freeze than the video one. So quite surprising, I must admit. I was really surprised by what did well and what didn't, I must say. Right, I hope you're enjoying this. So we'll have a bit more video now. Keith, can you spare me a moment, please? Hello, Alan. How are you doing today? I'm fine, thank you. You need to hop in the 47 and go and rescue our little Ginty, broken down on the 2 level crossings. So this is my way of showing how I worked it out. I made it as simple as I could. I'm not going to explain it. I'm sure you can freeze this and work it out for yourself. I did show an example, so hopefully it'll let you work out all the others if you want to. Let's have another bit of video. So I'm sorry this isn't as clear as I would have liked it, but this is where I actually worked out really the first and seconds in each of the individual poles, except for the last one where I only did one. And I hope you can see what I've done. So I've shown the working out in the first one, but then I've just worked out and put the result. So I hope that's okay. And then here is the result. So as you can see, I've got the first and seconds with the number of votes that they got, and at the bottom you can see the actual result. So the Black 5 won, which I'm, great. Mallard second and Javelin third. Lovely jubbly, as somebody used to say. So I hope you understand what I've done, and I hope you agree with me that I've been as fair as I can, even working it out to decimal places, which is what I wanted to do. And it was quite close, wasn't it? It was quite close. So you know now the winner and the runners-up. And as I've said at the beginning, rather than do them all one individually, I will do a longer video with them all in and just give the winner more time in the spotlight, so to speak, and the others subsequently a little bit less time. Going to the last 4th place one, which I thought I'd like to put in. It's a nice locomotive. So the bonus. I'm going to show you a photograph that you saw in the last video, and then a new photograph. And you'll see that I've done something to the locomotive, and I'll then talk about that, but probably not up here. I'll probably go down in the warmth of the lounge, perhaps, because it's not that warm up here, about 50 up here I think at the moment, which is better than it's been, but it's still not warm, is it? Hence the woolly. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this go round on these bits, and also the little excerpts from lockdown shorts that I've inserted in between the boring bit. Alright everybody? So I'll see you later on, okay? Cheers! So this is the picture I showed you when I first did the piece on this locomotive, and as you said, it's pretty bare at the front, isn't it? So this is what it shows in the instructions of what you can put on, and it's quite a bit there, isn't there? But what I maintain is it's only the ones with the asterisks that might stop it running properly. So why aren't all the rest glued on? So this is what was in the pack. It was quite a big pack, wasn't it? and obviously some of it is the weights from where the decoder went in, and the decoder, the blanking plate, but these can all be fitted, possibly. We need to look at the instructions. Now there we are, yeah, so they're the doors. So this is it with them fitted on that I could, and I probably am going to put some discs on this as well. There's a bit of a close-up, and it looks a lot better now without all them holes. And it's nice that we got the lamp, and this is the back. Obviously I can't put the coupling on here because it will get in the way. And I've put the door on that is open. If you put the door on that is closed, I think it would inflict on the running of it. So this is what's left over on that one. And these didn't seem to have anywhere to go and nothing on the instructions, so I haven't put them on. If you know what they are, let me know. And these bits you couldn't really fit because they would inflict on how the locomotive ran, so I've left them off, although there are a couple of bits that could go on, but they were fiddly. These are the discs. These are quite useful, so I think I will stick a few of these on the locomotive. So I'll now just show you a few shots I took with the detail on. I hope you enjoy it. The first few haven't got any sound, and then I put the sound on. So I hope you enjoy this. And it does make it look a lot more realistic, I would say. So next, I'm just going to have a little discussion on these bits that we put it on, and I'll also show you the locomotives that are going to be in the running session down in the lounge in the warm. So we'll carry on with that, shall we? Well, hello everybody. I was genuinely surprised by some of the percentages that these locomotives got. Who'd have thought that the Class A3 Flying Scotsman would get so few? I was really surprised by that. So please do scan these results and see what you think. And are you as surprised as I am? Obviously I don't have a very vast number of locomotives, and some of the most popular I haven't got. But you know, this is what I've bought over the years. So, and I'm quite happy with them, and I like all of them, I would say. So as you can see, we've got the three winners on top of my laptop, which without that I'd be lost completely. Hope it doesn't go wrong. And in the background, although I'm not sure you can see it, is the A1 Flying Scotsman, which I did actually think might win it. You might say that all these locomotives weren't on the same playing field because more people went on one vote than the other, which to a certain extent maybe is true. But the point is, more people voted on that page, so I do feel that that was fair enough. I hope you agree. So we're going to go on from this, and about this detail pack. This locomotive, the H1, is not a particularly complicated engine, is it? If you looked at the 4MT, which you saw a little splitting of in the video, there's a lot more on that. And that one I bought albeit, you know, fairly late in its life, I would think. But, you know, £86 I got that for. No decoders in it. I had to get a decoder. And as you know, there's no sound in that. I'm not even sure you could fit sound in that. It's so small inside. It's really difficult. But, you know, there's nothing really complicated on this locomotive. If you buy the umber colour, I've finally found the colour. Yes, there is a lot more in the graphics of that, you know, with the gold around all the frames and so forth. But they deemed only to charge about £10 more for that. So I do feel that, although I like the loco and I'm glad I've got it, I do feel that it's, you know, I've been charged more than it should be. I'm sure if Hornby had done this, it would have been a lot less, especially this far into its life. Is it acceptable to give us a nice bag of bits that we can all stick on? I don't honestly think it is. If the detail can be applied to the locomotive in the factory and not impinge on its ability to run on a layout down to second radius, which is what they recommend, then it should be on there. I'm sorry, I do not think they should be using us as assembly workers. I did find it very frustrating trying to glue these bits on. Some of the bits, the holes weren't big enough for the location lug on the piece, and I had to either file off the load or try and open up the, well, it's metal, isn't it? So you're not going to. And I did find it extremely annoying, actually, that I'm having to stick these on. And some of them, as I said, they weren't in the instructions, so I've got all these bits that I don't know what they're supposed to be. I mean, they might be ladders or whatever, and they probably would get in the way, but they're not on the instructions, you know. It's not on. It's not good enough. I think, you know, we're to blame in a way. Well, I'm to blame in a way. You know, I've paid for this locomotive at this price, and the other one that you'll see later. So I'm partly to blame. You know, I've got the funds that I can afford to spend nearly £500 on 2 locomotives. A lot of people can't, and a lot of people wouldn't anyway. So do we need to stop buying them to send a message that this is not acceptable? Now, I know it's getting rather serious, but, you know, I've only been in the hobby 3 years, and, you know, even now, you know, the prices are still going up. I will say something a bit more in the video on the other locomotive, because I've got one that is sort of similar, and the price differences and so forth. So anyway, rambling on. I'm not, funnily enough, tired at the moment. I'm fine. So I will do as I've said, the running session on these winners, and I felt that the A1 Flying Scotsman was a valiant 4th place, and it wasn't that far behind. So I did feel it was worth putting that in. Hope you agree. And it is a fine looking locomotive, I must admit. I do like it. But as I say, just to finish off, I was really surprised. You know, on the results of this, and I think the polls worked, because if it had just been in the comments, then you wouldn't have got the results for all the locomotives. It would have only been the ones that you chose. And I did at the end, as you saw, put a poll in about was it good to do it on a poll, and overwhelmingly at the moment, yes, it is. So if I ever need to do something similar, I will do it on a poll, and we'll see how we go. So I'm going to finish this now. I am going to put some of the discs on the H1, and I'll show you that perhaps when I do the other locomotive. Okay, I'll just do a little bit of running with that on, and we'll see what it looks like with some discs on it. And I have found a website that tells you what the discs mean and what they should be. So I will mention that in that other video. Okay. So cheers, everybody. Please stay safe. Obviously keep well. And you know, we're on the way. Hopefully, it's just hope that we all do what we've got to do. Don't let your guard down, is what I'd say. Really do try and keep this social distancing and what we need to do to stop it going up. Once it's in control, or under control I should say, it's far easier to nip it in the bud if it starts flaring up. Okay? Cheers everybody. Cheers.